I think it'd be easier if I just showed you a video of what's going on. I had a couple of people ask me about photos and whatnot of our chicken coops. I'll just give you a video tour. Here we go. I took the outside from a barn. This was an old horse barn. All these siding panels and things like that. We did add some new wood, but we tried to keep the outside looking mostly old because it had the weathered look that we wanted. The kids are still going to come out and paint signs on it. We tried to get an idea of making it kind of like an old 1800s store. So we made the door here, new sheet of plywood and some furring strips. We do have new furring strips on the roof. Old cedar post that held up the barn. Of course, we have to finish the fence here. We'll finish the fence, and we were thinking about putting steps here, but then I realized I'd have to add another gate, or I'd have to add another fenced area or something like that to keep the chickens in or out. So I think what we're going to do now is we've changed that. We're just going to fence this off. The chickens can't get out onto the deck. Let them get underneath because that will give them shelter and they can take care of all the stuff under there. We'll put fencing along there to keep them so they can't get out of the yard. We got quite a big yard here for them. This is some of the leftover 2x4s and some of the leftover siding that we haven't decided what all we're going to do with it yet. All the cedar posts that were holding up the barn have been used except for the big ones over there. So we've cut these down because originally I was going to have it 10 by 10. It was a lot easier if I just went ahead and made it the length of the plywood, and so that's why we cut off this extra 2 feet, and so we've added this little bit of storage area here. Didn't need to be too structurally sound as far as living in it or things like that because it's just going to be for chickens. So the chicken door, we'll cut an opening here and we'll add a little ramp. We haven't decided exactly where we're going to put it yet, so that's why I didn't cut it. The trim pieces, still haven't decided whether I want to go ahead and put trim on the outside of that or just leave it like it is and paint it. So the tin roof came off of the barn. Of course, the cedar post. I wanted to try and incorporate these as much as I could just because I thought they looked nice. So then my door here, it's got a new handle. This is new plywood. This is new wood here. And what we're going to have is 4 nesting boxes here and 4 nesting boxes here. They're 1 by 1. That's about all you need for chickens. Now I added this window. What we're going to do is I have the glass for this, so I'll put the glass in, and then behind it I'm going to either paint or get a picture of like a 1800s store inside looking through the window, or maybe something where they took something of the shop, and I'll put that up on the back side. So this won't be a functioning window, but it will let a little bit of light in here, but it'll keep it dark because the area to just to the left of that window is going to be the roost. Here we have the inside. So if you walk in, this will be the roost area over here. So we'll put some bars up so the chickens can roost. The door will be here in this area, and then the nesting boxes will be in this area. We'll have a little bit of open storage if we want to put any supplies or anything that we might need in here. I filled up a lot of the cracks with great stuff, so trying to keep it somewhat critter proof, snakes and things like that. Now up in the top I'll have chicken wire to keep any critters from crawling up and getting in through that way, but it will give it plenty of ventilation. There you go. I just framed it up. It's all new framing. I didn't even worry about the little cuts on the ends and all that. Just put it all together. And then of course, one thing you need to have with chickens is ventilation. So hopefully this and all of the edging and not really sealing it up will have plenty of ventilation in here. For the most part, the chickens won't be inside during the day anyway. It'll just be at night. But we have plenty of ventilation up along the ridge, so there should be plenty of air that's allowed to flow through there. In the winter time, we'll add a little bit of straw in there, and then of course their animals. So as long as they're out of the main wind, even if it gets really cold, which it does get pretty cold in Virginia, it won't get too cold. And of course we'll make a latch for that and a latch for the front door. The tour of the chicken shop